Hello, good morning, and welcome to Real Talk with Tamara. As you guys come into the room, please do hit the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe to the channel. I hope that you guys are doing okay. I know that I am. I always express the importance of hitting the like button because the like button helps to keep the video in the algorithm. Okay, so make sure you guys please like, share, subscribe, comment, and all of those great things. Guys, I know that I've been gone for 3 days, but I am back, almost four. I went to a conference where just it was awesome, where I met a lot of awesome people, and you get a lot of updated information, you get a lot of contacts, and it was just really, really awesome. Okay, the training, but I'm back, and I'm back to try to catch up. Okay, now while I was out of town, Cypress sent me something, and I didn't even think it was real. Okay, because a lot of Art Horn is known, okay? Attorney Art Horn is very well known, very much known in the Memphis area, okay? He is a good attorney, okay? He's up there, with those attorneys that get a lot of high profile clients, okay? And when they said that he was dating NeNe Leakes, a lot of people could not believe it, okay? Um, Art is a single man, but there are reasons why people did not believe that it was true. Okay, so let's go to NeNe Leakes seen kissing Memphis attorney. Now, I thought that people learned they got enough they when they saw Angela and Yogotti. I've said so many times, and nothing against the Memphis men, okay, but the men, women from outside of Memphis don't need to date Memphis men, not because the Memphis women want to hog them up, because we don't, but because it takes a special kind of woman that knows the games of the Memphis men, that just knows how they rock and roll, okay, to handle them. I think it takes the Memphis women that have been raised up around them to handle them, okay. It seems like to me, a lot of women come in from out of town, and they leave they get the opportunity to see what we've been seeing our whole lives, okay. So anyways, I like I said, I thought, Angela, people learn from looking at Angela and Yogotti and how he did it. And we already knew he wasn't shit, okay? Because he paid for a hit on Young Dolph, okay? So, anyways, let's look at this, okay? It says NeNe Leakes was briefly back on the market. A good friend of NeNe Leakes recently told me that Atlanta entrepreneur and her longtime boyfriend Nyan, I can't pronounce his name, were still together. He attended her 58th birthday celebration in December. But TMZ obtained video of the former Real Housewives of Atlanta star locking lips with Memphis attorney Arthur Horn at a Memphis Grizzly game. Now, Art looks a little he looks a little uncomfortable right there. And I don't think that Art, because he's a fan of the cameras, okay? So I don't think that he was looked uncomfortable because of the cameras. I think he looked uncomfortable because of something else, and I'll get into that. It says earlier in the night, the two lovers were seen cuddled up at a courtside. Witnesses tell TMZ they were hugged up and really touchy feely throughout the game, so they're probably smashing. A fan captured video of NeNe racing to Atlanta airport in a Rolls Royce. Apparently, the TV reality star was on her way to see her new man. Okay. Now, this is weird that random people
NeNe.
see her
Oh, that's NeNe.
driving,
That's
okay,
NeNe.
and start blowing
Oh
at
my God,
her.
that's NeNe.
Now, you got one person saying, "That's NeNe, that's NeNe."
Everything.
Okay, and but then you see another guy saying it too. To me, I feel like that was
Yes,
definitely
girl.
staged.
She
Who's
better
gonna
ride that
be
six
looking for
hundred and fifty
NeNe Leaks
thousand
in
dollar
at
car.
night?
Oh
Okay,
my
and it looks like she's got
gosh.
her light on. Why
That's
isn't her
not a Bentley.
windows
That's a
tinted on
Rolls
her car?
Royce. Okay,
Most
way better when
celebrities
I
do have
hop.
a tint so people can't recognize them. It looks like she got a light on in her car so that
That's
people can
NeNe.
see her.
Oh,
To
that's
me,
NeNe. That's NeNe.
okay,
Oh my God, that's NeNe.
that just sounds really staged. Now here's
NeNe
another
standing
guy.
next to me again. Lord have mercy. Are they looking? Tell me. No. They look good.
Now, not one but two people see her, okay, which is weird. Supposedly rushing to the airport to get to Arthur Horn. TMZ ran a background check and learned that Arthur is a criminal defense and personal injury law attorney who runs his own firm. Running his own firm is big money, and everyone knows NeNe Leakes has had money problems. Well, she's not gonna get a dime from Art with all them damn kids he got. Okay, it says NeNe was married to Greg Leakes from 97 to 2011. They divorced before remarrying in 2013. She has two sons, okay? She was abruptly fired from recently rehired by Bravo to appear on Bravo's The Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip. Okay, and they're saying Andy is saying he's not definitely not gonna have her back. Okay, anyways, so they put up another article since then. Now, okay, let's look at the other article because I want to get into the tea on this, but I kind of want to give you all the background on this first. Okay, you all make sure y'all hit that like button. I hate when this happens. Um, I'm trying to get to what she's saying now. I guess since they've been pulling the history on Art Horn or whatever, Art has always been a playboy. Okay, he is a playboy, but Art he's very personable now. You down at the courthouse, he's gonna hug you, and he smells good. He always smells really good, and um all of that. Now I have to say, Art's dad and his grandfather was a OBGYN. Okay, his dad was my doctor, and Art was, a lot of women said they kind of hated that Art went into the law field because his sister is a lawyer in Atlanta. And because they a lot of women said they would have loved for Art to be a gynecologist, okay, but he probably went into the right field because had he been a gynecologist, he might would have a lot of lawsuits, okay. Um, anyways, for not for the RAPE because I don't think he would have had to do that. And by the way, that charge came from allegedly one of his baby's mothers, from my understanding, claiming, when she got mad at him, because I do believe he has a child by the female white that was married to the Daily guy that played golf with um, Tiger Woods. Okay, remember he made the racist comment about us eating chicken and all of that. Art went and took her and had a child with her. I think she gave him a lot of trouble. Okay, but we're gonna get into that. But anyways, it says right here, NeNe Leakes denies kissing Memphis attorney in viral video because Art almost lost. She almost made him lose his law licenses. There was a lot of stuff that went on behind that, but I don't think that he RAPED her. They were actually together. She got mad at him, and they got ready to take his licenses because of that lady. NeNe Leakes denies kissing prominent Memphis attorney Arthur Horn III at a recent Grizzlies game. TMZ obtained video of the former Real Housewives of Atlanta star locking lips with Arthur at a Grizzlies game. The former Real Housewives of Atlanta star took to social media to say the kiss was just a drunken pick during a boozy night out. Now you jump in your car and drive way to Memphis to be hugged up at a game, and which it seems like a publicity stunt. I mean, she may be trying to get like because I know at one time Art was supposed to be on this dating show. I think it's something to make his firm bigger and something to help her to put her out there too. Okay, it could be because if it's anything other than that, she gonna get her feelings hurt. Because okay, it says NeNe Leakes claim Art is not her man and they're just dating. She suggested the video clip was misinterpreted by bloggers for clicks and views. She says Art is just one of several men she's dated, including longtime boyfriend. Well, good because Art. Okay. Um, It says NeNe leaks. NeNe 58 says Art is a great guy, but she's leaving her options open. She thanked fans for their concerns after TMZ reported Arthur was convicted of misdemeanor assault in 2018. He was cleared of the RAPE and kidnapping charges, but he was convicted of the misdemeanor assault on a woman he dated in 2017. I think that was one of the female white baby mamas too. He wanted to see his child, and he wanted to see his child. See, we've already known this. He wanted to see his child, and she wouldn't let him because she was mad because he had just had another baby with another woman. I think that was during the time with the twins that he had with the mixed girl. Okay, so I think she was mixed with black. That might have been the closest. But one of the last little kids he got was with a real pretty young black girl. I think he was just messing around with, and because she worked for the church, she worked in the jail, I do believe, and unfortunately, she lost her life. I think Art is raising that child because she was on her way home from a club and she lost her life. I had worked in the jail with that young lady. She was very young, beautiful. She was a party girl. Okay. But they say she was a really great mother. Let's just say that. Okay. Uh, NeNe Leaks was okay. So, anyways, she's saying that her and Art are just friends. I guess because stuff is starting to come out about Art. The kiss looks awkward. Let me just say that because let's just be honest. Even though the sisters drool all over Art is not into black women like that. Okay. Now he did have a son with a black girl. Okay, and she was young. She was, like I said, she worked in, she was a jailer. She was a party girl. Okay, and so she, he had a baby with her. I think that's as far as it goes. I didn't say that he has not had sex with black women. I said that his preference, what you've seen him really dating, has been white women, and we're not mad about that. Like I said, all the black women drool over him. There was once this saying, you try to get a when Art Horn is your attorney because he was really gorgeous back in the day. You get a all female jury, perfectly black, because he knew how to charm them. His looks and all of that, especially at that time. The black women loved him, but he's just not. And so when we saw NeNe Leakes kissing him, everybody in Memphis was like, it's got to be a publicity stunt because Art not studying no. Look at his lips. Look at his lips. Okay, it's like he buttoned his mouth up. It's like, oh my God, this black woman. I mean, she got on a blonde wig, but he's able to. He's dated so many white women. He knows the difference. He knows now that a blonde wig is probably an insult to him when he dates them naturally blonde. Okay, I'm trying to find that TMZ video of them kissing. Okay, it was almost like she hurt his feelings. She's probably looking at had the opportunity to look at, oh my God, he totally embarrassed me, look at how he's pulling back on me. Of course. All right. If he's gonna date a black woman, of course he would want her to be, I guess, really young, and I guess that would do something for his ego if she's gonna be black, but you can't be his age and be black. Let's see. But of course, if you want to be white, I guess you can be any age. I'm trying to find the video, you all. I know I just saw the video. Hold on one second. Let me get that video because Art Horn looks so uncomfortable. Oh, here it is right here. He looks so uncomfortable. I think this is it right here. This is it right here. want. Hold on, y'all. I don't know why it won't show. Okay, now it's getting ready to show. It's just taking its time. Okay.
Do a real smile. Like it. A real smile. Let's see. Let me see the smile. Stand right. Do a real smile. Like it. A real smile. Let's see. Let me see the smile. Stand.
I mean, I'm not mad, but NeNe leaks at her, but NeNe, I don't want NeNe leaks to be thirsty. Okay, the Memphis men. Okay, and I love, the Memphis men are cool, but like I said, okay, they'll ruin your life if you let them. Okay, you have to really know how to put the hammer down on top of their heads. They got to know they're gonna lose everything. Okay, by messing with you the wrong way, and I think that's something that the Memphis women have gotten down to a T. Negro, you gonna lose it all. Okay, and you can't play with them, you can't fake with them, you got to let them know once I put the hammer down that that's it for you, and then you have to do it. Okay, you have to make believers out of them and go through with it. All right. um should have learned by Angela. Look at Yogotti. Okay, ugly as he is, okay, he was able to play Angela like that. For some reason he threw that money out there, and then she fell in love with him. And she's from New York. They say all the shysters and stuff come from. They supposedly, that I think what people do is because they consider us to be country, they kind of underestimate the what they would consider the country people. I think Angela underestimated Yo Gotti when everybody was looking at Angela, knowing that she was getting a fool made out of her because she seemed to have fallen when she was like, I love him. I thought when she said that, I was like, well, maybe she's saying that because, she wants them because of the money. I guess you're supposed to say that, okay, if you want to keep getting the money. But she really meant it. A damn fool. Okay, she didn't even play the game right. So she let him do everything he ever dreamed of doing to her in bed, and then he got rid of her. Okay. Now I see she's still flying around on jets and stuff. She better have made it worth her while. She better had almost broke the bank on him. I hope she did. Okay. But she probably didn't. All right, because she's still throwing out subliminals. They're talking about he would nurse babe. Nurse babe ain't going nowhere. She's old faithful. What he pays her is more than what she make in a damn hospital. So she gonna always be a damn fool. But NeNe Leakes, on the other hand, she's from Georgia. She's from Athens. Okay. She seems like she should know about game, but Arthur Horn is a playboy. Okay. And no black woman in Memphis would ever, they would date him, but they would know not to, especially if they got something going for themselves. They would know to never think, take that seriously. Okay, because they say he's good in bed. Okay, because I've heard, he gets around. But not to take that seriously, especially if you're black. Now, if you're white, that's different. If you're a white woman, okay, he'll love you for real. But if you're a black woman, you better have your reservations and guard your feelings, okay? So then he's known about, and this, this allegedly, but y'all, as Stan G say, y'all know the truth. He a lawyer, and so I allegedly. Okay, I protect myself. He know I'm telling the truth allegedly. Okay, so now, he's known as Yo Gotti's and Blacyoungsta's attorneys. He's always at the he puts himself in really good positions, and it's nothing wrong with that. Art is, he seems like a nice person. He's very charming. Okay, he's very friendly. He's real friendly. Now, Um, anybody now? This is the same Art Horn now that says that Straight Drop. Yogotti and them got him to represent Straight Drop, and then Yogotti them realized that they was probably gonna need him. Okay, so then this is the same Art Horn that says that Straight Drop, his client was gonna turn himself in, and then turn around and said a week later, I'm not representing. I didn't know that he was being charged, as if the attorney is not going to ask those questions before they even claim to be the client's attorney. He says, I'm not representing anybody that had anything to do with Young Dolph. Okay, I wonder what was he going to do with Juke? What is he going to do with Blacyoungsta and Yogotti? Because their turn is going to come. But he saw how deep it went. He already knew what was going on when it happened. But then y'all see, but you know, that's how lawyers are. Okay. He says that he was not that's not his lawyer. He was not representing anybody that did anything to Young Dolph. Okay. And then he calls himself, he used to have on his Instagram, he was a CMG attorney. Well, that is so that more rappers could come to him. A lot of rappers do go to him, okay, because Art, knows a lot of people. He was, charmed the women. So your car get in impound. He might know how to charm the girls to get your car to impound like he did Blacyoungsta or something like that. He's gotten old now. Okay, he's still a handsome man. He's old. Okay, and so folks probably ain't really tripping on him like that anymore. But NeNe leaks, okay, and him. Do I believe that it's real? Not for Art. I can't really speak for NeNe, not for Art, because she was all over him. And, any woman would be all over him. But she better recognize how to handle that. She needs to put Art into a category. Okay. And just like he has put her in a category, and we already know that's not going to be real unless it's going to help Art. Now, if she was to get back on Real Housewives of Atlanta where Art can be seen all of the time, he might give her a ring. Okay, it's gonna hurt him, and the marriage wouldn't last because he would start longing for that white woman. Okay, I don't think he could stay away from one for too long. Okay, but it would be so he could be seen. He knows how to put himself in good positions. Okay, so do I believe that it's real? Just for her to say that he's one of many that she thinks she's dating him. That's why I say it's something ain't right with her mind, because she really thinks that she is dating him. Okay. And I don't think Art has even put her in the category of dating, because she wouldn't be his type. Okay. And she's a dark-skinned black woman. Okay. So y'all get the drift. And I ain't mad at nobody for their preference, but everybody knows, especially around these parts, what it is. All right. But anyway, child, that's neither here nor there. We're gonna get back into the swing of things. I'm gonna do some more videos. All right, we're gonna do some more. But anyways, I'm catching up. I want you guys to please like, share, and so we're gonna talk about some more stuff. We always talk about Young Dolph and all of that because we love to do that. All right. But anyways, I want you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. If you would like to support the channel, you could definitely support the channel via Cash App.